Buenas, bienvenidos a un nuevo capítulo de Folett, los Pilares de la Tierra. Creo que llevo un tiempo sin subir nada, pero es que estoy muy ocupado con tareas de la escuela y esas cosas. Estamos sobre... Bueno, últimamente en verdad los días no están haciendo mucha tarea porque estaban pidiendo más que nada trabajo atrasado de los otros chicos. Yo voy todo el día, así que estoy bien. Pero ahora vamos a comenzar con los proyectos interdisciplinarios que tenemos que entregar para el 15 de noviembre.
Father Philip. Yes? Aliena says you can pay your workers. She has enough money to buy up all the priory's wool and sell it in shiring. And that way, you get your money earlier.
Really?
But you have to accompany her to shiring. She has to fetch the money first.
The sooner the better. I have to talk to Percy Hamley anyway. Thank you, Jack. Now you better get back to work. Tom wanted to talk to you.
Cuando no. Uy.
Yeah, if I talk to Tom now, he'll insist I stay at the construction site and work.
Bueno, creo que...
I think I'll go and see Tom later.
A ver, déjenme pensar... Algo había visto yo, recuerdo. En el molino, a ver. Que era esto lo que había visto.
The water flow turns the wheel. Then there's more wheels. And the millstone. The water flow turns the millstone. So the motion of the water is used and transformed into another motion, the grinding. Shouldn't there be all kinds of motions possible? We use wheels to lift timber and stone up at the construction site. Maybe the right kind of mill could make a sawing motion or a hammering motion. I guess that's a challenge for another day. When I find more time, I'll try. The water is there. The wheels are...
Ok. Listo, ya podemos volver a la catedral.
Yeah, if I... Am I really...
Vamos a volver.
Jack!
What?
Gruñe.
Come here, please. You wanted to finish your Corbel, and I let you. Sub-Prior and me just told me you disturbed the monks in the scriptorium.
Philip told me to practice reading.
The Bible, not the kind of book you were looking for. Then you go and waste your time in the cemetery and the market, and chatting to the Fullers.
I wanted to help them.
You should have been working instead. Don't you know how close we are to shutting down the construction? If I'd not planned ahead, it would all be over now. But how am I to plan ahead if I can't rely on you, Jack?
What? Watch out!
Ooh.
Whoa.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Up here! Hey, hurry up, quick!
What's going on here?
Your son thinks I dropped the stones.
You were the one who pulled them up, weren't you?
Of course. That is my job.
He was probably angry because he might not get paid.
Alfred, stop it.
What?
Peter, what happened?
I'm not sure. But there was a monk. He was wearing a black robe. And when he saw me looking at him, he ran away. Maybe it was him.
A black robe? Are you saying this was my fault?
No. I'm sure I didn't recognize him. He wasn't from here.
No. Peter dropped the stone and doesn't want to admit it.
I saw a monk in black in the market.
Oh, did you? I was there too when you were. Tell us, what did he do when you saw him?
rompió una jarra grande.
He broke a big jug.
That wasn't a monk. I was there. That never happened.
Maybe I remembered it wrong.
Jack, take the rest of the day off. I don't want you two to get into another fight.
What about the monk?
We don't know that there was a monk.
Accidents happen. We'll check all the ropes to make sure that won't be another one.
Carta de Francis. Has de saber que tu querido senador fue conocido incluso en Gales y Escocia.
Excuse me, Philip? Philip?
I'm sorry.
Is everything all right?
I was just thinking about my brother. What is it?
Aliena is ready to go to Shiring with you.
Then I must not keep her waiting.
Bueno, tomo Kingsbridge, tenemos que ir a Shiring, ¿no? Shiring.
As we rode, Aliena expressed relief that Percy Hamley held court in Shiring Town during the Fleece Fair, and not in her father's castle. I had not yet confessed to Aliena that I blamed myself for her father's fate. I felt the guilt and shame starting to rise when we came to a large group of peasants looking as desperate as the refugees that had come from Earl's Castle back then.
Philip stopped to talk to the peasants, and so did I. Of course, he couldn't pass by people in need of help. Not even when he was on his way to try and save Kingsbridge from another attack by the Hamleys. Two of the peasants broke into tears and begged for food. Philip was mortified as they grabbed the hem of his robe and pleaded for mercy.
Tremendo.
They said they were from Wigley. They had illegally erected a mill and hadn't paid taxes to the Earl of Shiring for grinding flour. I bit my lip when they mentioned the title that used to belong to my father. As punishment, the Earl had destroyed their mill. Philip seemed unsure what to say about Percy Hamley's punishment for these peasants. I was less hesitant. I asked why they'd built an illegal mill. The peasants told us that milling taxes had doubled in their village. The peasants shouted and cried that the Earl had also burnt their fields, destroyed their houses, and taken their livestock from them. A few of them had even been killed. Philip told them to go to Kingsbridge for food. As we rode on, he said nothing. Maybe he had begun to lose hope that he would ever solve his problems with the Earl in Shiring.
I had never trusted the Hamleys, but it seemed I had grown careless over the years. They had thus far kept their word to King Stephen, but now I felt I should have known that they would eventually break it. As I was thinking these grim thoughts, we passed by a gallows with two men dangling by their necks. An old woman stood by one of the corpses and snarled at us.
¿Detenerse a hablar con la anciana o seguir rumbo a Shiring? Por las dudas vamos a seguir rumbo a Shiring. ¿Quién sabe qué puede llegar a pasar?
Aliena rode by my side without knowing that I had long been responsible for her family's fate. Ever since I had made the mistake of trusting Waileran by God. I felt like a fly in a cobweb. Every move I made seemed to lead to further calamities. But then I heard Aliena as she sped past me. "Shiring," she exclaimed.
Shiring. Ojo, terminaste la ménsula. Ah, Richard lucha por recuperar el condado por él y por Aliana. Tiraste 2 nidos de avispas. Ok. No pasó mucho la verdad este capítulo. Bueno, tal vez el contexto de la historia es más importante que en sí las cosas que hice yo secundarias y aparte. El nuevo conde.
This is him.
A face like that never changes. If anyone can get you an audience with the Earl, it's Sheriff Eustace.
I hope Percy Hamley will show more understanding with us than he did with the people of Wigley.
Good day, Sheriff. I must talk to the Earl. It's a legal matter of utmost urgency.
Get in line, monk.
Are they all waiting to see him?
What did you expect on court day, monk?
I fear this is going to take a while.
I'll go look for Richard. Seeing that he's going into battle, he needs equipment.
In the meantime, let's hope I can persuade the Earl to rethink this breach of our agreement.
I'll talk to Meg about the sales of the Priory's wool as well. We will find a way to keep the cathedral's construction going, Philip, with or without the stone and timber they took from us.
We must.
No, mira, Meg.
Good to see you, Meg. I'm here to collect the money we've made so far.
Excuse me? We were in the middle of something.
What's the problem?
Even you merchants have become thieves. What a rotten place this has become.
He ordered the cartload of wool weeks ago, but now he refuses to pay the price we'd agreed upon.
Let's think about why the prices are so high this year.
So you can put more money into your pockets?
Actually, the Earl has raised all fees. It costs more to pass the gate, to set up shop, to get a license, and to trade.
I suppose. But the price is not as was agreed.
Did you use a tally to record the price?
But, are you with the sheriff? Just who are you, woman?
I am the owner of this business.
Oh.
Here's our Harfaliana.
Now, would you kindly hand me your part of the tally?
No sé qué es esto, así que renegociar.
I think renegotiations are in order. This split tally is invalid. There are more notches on our part.
2 pieces, 2 different prices.
But the area with missing notches is thinner than the rest.
You're right. It looks like something was carved off.
What? Are you saying I'm a fraud?
Look, times are hard for all of us. I won't report you to the sheriff.
This wool will not make enough cloth for all of my master's servants' clothes. Let alone all the shirts he wants for himself.
Whoever pays servants and wants to wear many shirts should be able to pay the price for quality wool like this.
Quality? Yes, but it is not high quality. Now that you mention it, I see it. I cannot pay that much money for bad wool like this.
Now he's doubting the quality.
Fine. Then let me prove the quality of my wool.
Just you try. You're trying to rip me off.
Meg is managing this store for me.
A compromise.
First you say one thing, and then you say another. Is this how you treat all your customers?
I'll find an expert and prove it.
I'm waiting. daylight robbery.
We agreed on the price.
Maybe another fleece on top.
¿Qué pasa con la sensibilidad?
Good quality.
Not just gonna give them away for free.
That's not the price we agreed on.
It is what we agreed on. Both of us.
The end is upon us, but our Earl will lead us to salvation.
Is that so?
A hard hand for hard times. It will all make sense. You will see. Things are taking place that will lead our generation to an end.
Would you be free for a sales discussion later today?
Ah, Lady Aliena, for you I will always find time.
I've heard business is slow.
Not for me it isn't. Plenty of knights need my services. His men have cleaned up well, I'd say. It suits me just fine that the Earl has swept the criminals off the streets. And those complaining about money and fees were never my customers or my friends.
Dudo que sepa algo de lana, pero...
I doubt they are fit to judge the quality.
Sí.
What are you carrying there?
Not for sale. Or eating. Don't steal! Go away!
Oh, I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh...
Comerciantes flamencos. ¿Cómo que flamencos? Flamencos.
Aren't you tired of Christian art? Their sad faces and dull colors are always giving me a foul mood. Just like this town.
I agree. I'd prefer to see lush paintings of the fine things in life.
Excuse me, would you care to give me your opinion on the quality of this wool?
Of course. Please, show us. Oh, how wonderfully soft.
Sweet.
And what thorough scouring. There isn't a hint of dirt or grease.
The fibre is exceptionally fine, and the colour is even and light.
Suitable for high-quality garments.
I'm glad you think so too. Would you be so kind as to confirm this to a customer of mine, should the need arise?
Of course. Just send them our way.
With all these taxes and the shrinking markets, I wasn't sure whether visiting shiring would still be worth it. But for that quality of wool, I'll say it is.
Excuse me, do you know if something happened in Shiring? I know we suffer because of the war, but the town never used to seem this grim and hopeless.
Oh, we wouldn't know. We are but pilgrims in search of God's miracles. And a saint who will heal my foot. And my eyes. But yes, Shiring seems to hold no miracles these days. We heard the Earl is punishing his people for his own entertainment.
I heard so too.
You.
Can I interest you in some horse bread?
Is that the only kind you have here?
It's the only one that hasn't gone green yet, I think.
If you sell green bread, your customers will get sick and you'll get into trouble.
What? Are you with the sheriff?
No, don't worry.
A ver, ¿qué más? Dice San Jorge, Puerta Norte. Taberna. A ver, para.
Open your eyes! The signs are all around us!
I'm taking my business. First you say one thing, and then you say another. Is this how you treat all your...
There are Flemish merchants just a few streets away. They were very interested in my wool. And they would be delighted to confirm its quality to you.
Anyone can let their friends lie for them.
It is sad, but it seems we can't find an agreement. Keep your money, good man. We'll sell to somebody else. I was made an offer by the Flemish merchants, but I declined. I'm a merchant with principles, and we promised the wool to you. They'll be delighted to hear the good news.
No, wait. Maybe we can negotiate. My master would not want me to leave here with empty hands.
Competing with foreigners and nobility is no trifle. They're relentless and have deep pockets.
Aliena.
But if you prefer to take your chances...
No, wait. I'm taking the wool, all right.
I don't want to ruin you.
My master can afford it, he just doesn't want to. And he has a temper. God damn it. You show no mercy, do you?
A pleasure doing business with you.
Creo que eso es gente, pero toca nadie. Bueno.
Next time he'll buy elsewhere, I'm afraid. A good merchant always strives for a deal that feels like a victory for both sides. Remember that.
We don't need customers like him, and we have our money.
Yes, and you have my thanks.
One more thing. Could you try to get Ovid's Amores for me when you travel to Winchester? It's a book.
Yes, I can ask Brother Theobald. His book collection is more comprehensive than the church would like.
Then he'll be the right one to ask. Thank you.
No problem at all.
Venga. Sigamos. Bueno, le fui a hablar con Philip.
Has the queue not moved?
We stand like pillars of salt, but I'm sure the Earl will... I hope it's before the workers at King...
Have you seen a group of knights led by a man named Richard of Shiring?
You mean King Stephen's knights? Last time I saw them, they were chugging beer at the Lion and Lamb Tavern. They're going into battle, so they'd better not fall in love tonight.
How thoughtful of you.
How many of you have fallen from grace, seduced by
Legaña Cordero. La taberna que había ido antes. Solo que en ese momento no era necesario.
And with each tankard, his customers are more willing to buy. How's business?
Slow.
Well, at least you still have your regulars.
Even in bad times, people drink. The Earl of Shiring has imposed new laws and taxes, and it makes times very bad for us.
No right thoughts enliven me while my stomach's hollow.
You hear? Fill us up.
But you haven't had a right thought all day.
Maybe I'll be the next Earl then.
Oh, that's awful.
I don't have reason to Any new information on Maud's army, Sir Alonso?
Robert of Gloucester will bring the army. There are said to be 1,000 men.
But does Robert of Gloucester have skilled men fighting for him?
Damned if we know.
Victory and glory will be ours.
Richard,
Today we ride to Lincoln. Drinks are on me. Taverner! Another round for everyone!
You're the best, Richard. It's Sir Richard. Nonsense. We're all brothers, right?
It is Sir Richard.
Oh.
And here I thought you needed my money for new armor.
Oh, I do. A knight is only as good as his equipment. Have you seen Alonso's sword? With men-at-arms so well equipped, how could I fight alongside King Stephen less well equipped?
And inferior armor may cost him his life.
Only the best for the best.
And how much do you need?
Richard el derrochador.
Enough for proper armament.
Ay,
And then some to quench my friend's thirst.
No. How much is necessary?
Do you want me to go into battle stark naked and on bare feet?
Don't be absurd. But you could spend our money a little more wisely.
Do you want William Hamley to become Earl of Shiring or me?
What kind of question is that? If we're lucky, then he will never return from the Holy Land.
Oh, lo hará, créeme.
He already did.
Va, sí.
What?
We ran into Robert of Gloucester's men. At first, I wasn't sure it was him. He wore the cloak of a crusader.
No. Don't do it. Please. Have mercy. By God, please. Don't.
And then King Stephen called out his name.
William Hamley, join me. We ride.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want to upset you.
You what?
This is not about you or me, Ali. Allowing the father of that monster to remain Earl would not only betray our father, it'd mean betraying everyone. William is a butcher, a filthy bastard without honor.
Mind your tongue. You speak of the son of the Earl of Shiring.
I am the son of the Earl.
Sir Richard, your father went against our king and lost his title and his lands. You are not the heir to the title, not as things are now.
What did you just say?
How easy.
You treacherous bastard!
Calm down. Do you want to slaughter each other and help the enemy?
Accusing me of treason. You're most royal man-at-arms.
Me or William? Choose a goddamn side, Alonso of Toledo. Come on, choose!
You disparage me for stating the truth. I've always been your most royal man-at-arms, have I not?
How would you solve a quarrel like the one over there?
Everyone has their own way of coping with aggression. Food, gambling, or solace in the arms of a wench. Luckily for me, most resort to drinking.
I doubt that'll work here.
Don't say that too loud. Try this.
The one with the biggest mouth, too.
I'm just trying to keep you grounded.
How dare you imply that William and his fat father have a right to my...
A ver. Creo que lo que tenían la respuesta eran estos monjes. Sí, no mal, me acuerdo.
How would you reconcile two people in disagreement?
Play is something that brings people together.
That is very true.
We carry the French game of Pilares with us.
Oh.
If you bring it back before...
Ok, hay que devolverlo. Tengo que acordarme.
Would you like something to eat?
I only accept food from Meg. She's a tradeswoman. And the food others throw at me is rotten. But she gives me good food.
Meg is one of my best friends.
Oh, yes? Then I accept. I'm so hungry.
Bien.
Now, can't you just agree to disagree? Please.
Percy Hamley's title is a fact, not an opinion.
It is not. He does not deserve it.
Now fight it out like real knights should. With a battle of wits.
Playing a board game, I don't know.
You're scared I could win.
Oh, let's begin.
Now,
qué simple, ¿no?
Let's start with a careful opening.
Es como el ajedrez, pero no es como las damas.
Good choice. The general who gives in to anger will send his troops to
Mi
their
papá sabe
deaths.
jugar a las damas, de hecho, creo que lo escucharon recién.
Right, Ali. First, I'll focus on defense. Let's see what Alonso's got.
Yo sé jugar al ajedrez. Me gusta el ajedrez. Debería jugar más al ajedrez. Me voy a descargar un juego de celular después del ajedrez.
Well played. A classic opening move.
Now's a good time to
Siempre pierdo por uno.
Oh, sometimes victory lies in numbers, but often it lies in a single soldier at the right spot, right?
Yes, and I play to win. And here I stride to victory.
Picha, picha.
You reached the end of the board.
What a crowning. I got a king.
You call this piece a king? In Spain we call it a queen. She's quite powerful and has a mind of her own.
Ah, entonces como el
All
ajedrez.
right, a queen then. Now I can sweep the entire board with her.
You know what you're doing. Show him what you can do.
All right, Ali. Here we go. I've got a queen on my side. Time to rampage. When the sovereign has been claimed, the game is almost decided.
I could fight to the last piece. But a good commander has foresight, and I can see this game is lost. I admit defeat.
Ah, you ended this before it even began. Even a scribe would struggle making this an epic of glory.
This was about strategy, not showmanship. And it seems like Lady Aliena is an excellent strategic advisor. You work exceptionally well together.
He never makes compliments like this.
He's the tactician. I trust his instincts and experience to guide him.
But you yourself are an exceptional diplomat and businesswoman here. You complement each other in the way you think.
I guess you're right.
If you are wise enough to trust these queen's instincts in these matters, my friend, you too will indeed be able to take back the earldom.
You think we can do it? So, can I rely on your loyalty?
You can.
Of course, we're brothers in arms.
Good. You've an important battle ahead of you. I'll bring you the money.
Sí, antes de entregarle el dinero vamos a devolver el juego porque la otra vez me
I
olvidé
don't have any business in there now.
y bueno, no quiero quedar mal.
You've done me a great favor.
We are glad to hear it. Thank you for returning it. We always pass the time on our travels trying to best each other.
Bueno, ahora me siento bien conmigo mismo. Ahora sí. Darle la mitad.
Here.
Finally. I mean, thank you, Ali. This will cover decent equipment. Nothing exceptional, but it will do.
Just promise to be careful.
I've learned a few tricks. I'll be fine.
Must you really fight? What is all this good for?
For Father, Ali. I will save Shiring from Percy Hamley.
But who's going to save you?
With men like these, I'm afraid I'm already beyond saving. For victory!
For victory!
For victory!
I see. I wish you the best of luck. I'll be at the marketplace giving Philip his part of the money.
And make more money, I hope. Towards submissive creatures, he tames his anger.
Venga. Ya no queda nada para terminar el capítulo igual, así que...
Here.
Thank you. It should be enough to keep our workers around until I have solved our problems with Percy Hamley. But Tom said that without stone and timber, we will have to stop construction in a month.
You must speak to the Earl.
Have you finished your business?
Sí.
Yes.
Glad to hear it.
Philip, I now understand why our market at Kingsbridge has had more visitors lately. Shiring isn't what it used to be. Steep taxes and strict laws have taken their toll on the town.
Is that so?
These merchants would give anything to do their business at another fleece fair, but there's none nearby. They need a place with fair taxes, one that can put those taxes to good use.
Are you thinking of a fleece fair in Kingsbridge?
Call in the monk and the woman he's with.
You, impatient monk. It's your turn. The girl, too.
Me? What? Did you want me to come with you?
No. We're not first in line, are we?
Well, lucky you, then. Get moving.
Philip of Gwynedd, Prior of Kingsbridge. The Earl of Shiring.
Thank you for hearing me, old Percy. Please allow me to introduce my friend, Aliena of Kingsbridge.
I knew it was you.
Ta-dam!
Oh, it doesn't sound like you missed me.
I demand to talk to the Earl of Shiring. He has broken his word.
You are talking to the Earl of Shiring.
Bishop Waleran.
The enemies of this earldom have taken Percy Hamley from our midst.
Mother!
Do you consider yourself a friend of the earldom of Shiring, Philip?
Friend? That damn monk is drinking the blood of my earldom!
It is not for us to damn them, Lord William. But judge them we must.
What you are doing to the people of Shiring is shameful.
Your father would have done well to teach you respect.
The monk's a thief and so are you. And I don't take as kindly to thieves as my father did. Shiring will change.
What crimes did we commit then?
The king has never licensed a market in Kingsbridge.
Your market is illegal, Philip.
You are stealing my taxes by allowing my people to trade in your sorry priory, and you disrespect my authority!
Is that true, Philip?
I will talk to the king about this.
You and your friends have always played by your own rules. But not anymore.
Not anymore.
Fracture for fracture? Eye for eye? Tooth for tooth. The days of Kingsbridge Cathedral are over.
Now leave. The next time I will show no mercy.
Alina brindó apoyo e inspiración a una joven repartidora. Alina resolvió un conflicto comercial para su propio beneficio. Alina mostró su habilidad para el comercio. Alina repartió dinero equitativamente con Richard y Philip. Alina y Richard formaron un equipo formidable. Alina devolvió el juego de mesa a sus dueños, los monjes. Eso no lo había conseguido la primera vez que lo jugué, así que me siento bien. Alina ayudó a Philip a pagar un anticipo con sus trabajadores. Wallian y William, el nuevo conde, declararon ilegal el mercado de Philip.
I had assumed that as long as the market was held within the walls of the priory, and the taxes supported the construction of our cathedral, Kingsbridge would need no market license. I had made a foolish mistake. Now I had no option but to call on King Stephen for help. And as Aliena suggested, I joined the knights on their way north to Lincoln.
Bueno, hasta acá va a llegar el capítulo. Voy a guardarlo acá. Así que bueno, nos vemos en la próxima. Vamos a tener que hablar con el rey, así que se va a poner picante la cosa. Nos vemos.